All right, so today we're going to be diving deep into sales funnels, especially for all you Shopify store owners out there.
Yeah.
You guys sent in some really interesting stuff, including a guide from Marketing Lib about building high-converting funnels.
Cool.
So we're going to be breaking down exactly how to attract customers and boost those Shopify sales. And by the way, this deep dive is powered by Growth Suite.
Okay.
Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store. And the best part, you can test it for free on your Shopify store. Just land on the Shopify App Store now and try it out.
That's awesome.
Okay, so to kick things off, I've got to ask, what exactly is a sales funnel? And why is it so important for a Shopify business?
That's a great question. And honestly, it's something that trips a lot of people up. A sales funnel is really just a visual way of mapping out the customer journey. You know how someone goes from never having heard of you to actually buying something from your store?
Right.
And by understanding that journey, you can start to optimize each step of the way, and that
Yeah.
makes it so much easier to get those sales flowing.
Got it. So it's not just about setting up a nice-looking store and hoping people find it?
Nope, definitely not. It's about creating a deliberate path that leads customers towards making a purchase.
Okay.
It's kind of like, think about a movie. A well-crafted film takes you through a story,
Yeah,
and each scene leads seamlessly to the next, right?
right.
A sales funnel is similar. Each stage is like a chapter in your customer's journey.
I like that.
And just like a movie, those transitions need to feel natural and engaging if you want to keep your audience hooked.
Okay. I love that analogy. That makes it so much clearer. So how do we actually build one of these customer journey movies?
Well, there's a classic framework called AIDA: attention, interest, decision, and action.
Okay.
And each step represents a crucial stage in moving a potential customer towards a sale.
Okay, so hold on. Break that down for me. What does each state actually involve?
Sure, so attention is all about grabbing that initial interest.
Hmm.
Think like eye-catching visuals, headlines that speak directly to your customers' pain points, or maybe even offering some valuable content that just makes them want to learn more.
Right.
Then there's interest, and that's where you really get to show off how your product or service solves their specific problems.
Okay.
Here's where you highlight what makes you unique, what sets you apart from all the competition out there.
Right. So it's not just about shouting, buy my stuff.
Hmm.
It's about building a connection and showing them why you're the perfect solution.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Once you've got their interest, it's time for decision.
Okay.
And this stage is about gently nudging them closer to actually buying,
Hmm.
addressing any doubts they might still have. This is where things like customer testimonials, strong guarantees, and clear return policies can be really powerful.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like giving them that final push to take the plunge.
Right. And finally, action is all about making it super easy for them to buy.
Okay.
Think streamlined checkout processes, clear calls to action, and just an overall enjoyable experience.
So ADA is like our roadmap for guiding customers through the sales funnel.
Exactly.
But before we even start mapping out those stages, the Marketing Lib Guide really emphasized something important. Knowing your ideal customer profile, or ICP. Why is that such a crucial starting point?
Oh, you're absolutely right. The Marketing Lib Guide really nailed it with that one. If you don't have a deep understanding of who you're trying to reach, all your efforts to build a funnel could be a waste of time. It's like trying to sell vegan burgers at a steakhouse.
Right.
You really need to tailor your message and your offerings to resonate with the right people.
So how do we actually get to know our ICP? I mean, beyond just basic demographics.
Well, creating an empathy map is a really valuable tool. This is where you put yourself in your customer's shoes and really try to understand their needs, their desires, their concerns. You're asking questions like, what keeps them up at night? What are their aspirations? What are their pain points?
I'm starting to see how powerful this could be.
Right.
It's like building a profile of your ideal customer, not just as a statistic, but as a real person with real needs.
Precisely. And the guide even gave a great example of a Shopify store selling high-end organic baby clothes. Their ICP would be new parents who are environmentally conscious. They prioritize their baby's health and are willing to spend more for safe, chemical-free products.
That makes perfect sense. That's the really specific, well-defined ICP.
Right.
So how can we use technology, something like Google Bard, to help define our ICP more effectively? The Marketing Lib article touched on that too.
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting. AI tools like Bard are incredibly powerful for this. By feeding Bard the right prompts, you can generate a surprisingly detailed picture of your ideal customer. Think about asking Bard questions like, what are the top concerns of new parents when buying baby clothes? Or what are the key characteristics of eco-conscious consumers?
Wow, I never thought about using Bard that way. This could be a game changer for refining my store's target audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our sales funnel framework, ADA, and we're starting to understand our ideal customer. What's next?
Now comes the fun part, crafting content that converts. Let's stick with that baby clothes example to illustrate how to apply ADA principles to your Shopify store. For the attention stage, instead of hitting them with generic sales pitches, create content that genuinely addresses their concerns.
Okay, so something like an article titled 7 Things You Need to Know Before Buying Clothes for Your Baby, or The Truth About Chemicals in Baby Clothes, posted right on our Shopify blog.
Now you're getting it. You're providing valuable information upfront, establishing yourself as a trusted source.
Right.
Then in the interest stage, you can showcase how your brand and products are the solution to their problems. Highlight what makes your clothes unique, maybe with a page titled, How We Designed 100% Baby-Friendly Clothes, focusing on your organic materials and ethical production practices.
Right. So we're building on that initial trust and showing them why we're the best fit. What about the decision stage? How do we address those last-minute concerns that might prevent someone from actually clicking buy now?
Think about all the things that might make you hesitate before buying something online. Are there clear, easy-to-find details about shipping costs, delivery times, and return policies? Can they see customer reviews from other parents raving about your clothes? Are there high-quality photos and maybe even videos showing how soft and comfortable your clothes are?
Yeah, those are all things I look for as a shopper. It's all about removing those barriers and
Yeah.
building confidence. And then for the final action stage, we just need to make the checkout process as seamless as possible, right?
Absolutely. Clear calls to action, easy navigation, a mobile-friendly design, all of these contribute to a positive checkout experience.
Right.
And, this ties in perfectly with what we're going to talk about next, the overall user experience of your Shopify store. Because even the best sales funnel in the world won't convert if the customer experience is clunky or frustrating.
You're so right. We could have the most amazing products and the perfect marketing strategy. But if our website is a nightmare to use, we're going to lose customers. So let's dive into that user experience deep dive. What are the key things Shopify store owners need to focus on to create a truly seamless and enjoyable experience for their customers?
Okay, so user experience or UX, it can sound kind of intimidating, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
hmm
Is this where we get into like complicated website coding and design stuff?
It can get technical, but really at its core, UX is about understanding how people interact with websites and online stores. It's about anticipating their needs, making things easy to find, and just creating a shopping experience that feels smooth and enjoyable.
So it's not just about having a pretty website.
Definitely not. Think about it. Have you ever landed on a website that was just a nightmare to use?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the navigation was confusing, the pages took forever to load, or you just didn't figure out how to find what you were looking for?
Ugh, all the time. I usually just give up and go somewhere else.
Exactly. And that's what we want to avoid with your Shopify store. A bad user experience can drive away potential customers and really hurt your sales.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But a good UX can make all the difference. It can turn casual browsers into loyal customers who keep coming back for more.
Okay, I'm convinced good UX is important. But where do we even begin? What are some of the key principles we should be thinking about?
Well, one of the most important is simplicity. Don't overwhelm your visitors with too much information or too many choices. Keep your website design clean, uncluttered, and easy to navigate. Use clear and concise language and make sure your calls to action, those buy now or add to cart buttons, really stand out and are easy to find.
So it's kind of like decluttering your physical store to make it more inviting and shopper-friendly. Get rid of all the unnecessary distractions and make it easy for people to find what they're looking for.
That's a great analogy. Another crucial principle is consistency. Think about using the same fonts, colors, and design elements throughout your website. This creates a cohesive and professional look that reinforces your brand and makes your site feel more trustworthy.
Consistency makes total sense. It's like having a uniform for your brand. It's easily recognizable and creates a sense of familiarity.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of making things easy for your customers, we can't forget about accessibility. Make sure your website is designed with accessibility in mind. This means using clear language, providing alternative text for images so people using screen readers can understand what's on the page, and ensuring your site can be navigated easily using a keyboard.
Accessibility is so important. We want to create an inclusive experience for everyone. Okay, so we've got simplicity, consistency, and accessibility. What else?
This one's key. Don't be afraid to text and iterate. What works for one Shopify store might not work for another. Use tools like Google Analytics to track how people are interacting with your site. See where they're getting stuck, what pages they're dropping off from, and use that data to make improvements. You can even A/B test different designs and layouts to see what converts best.
So it's all about continuous improvement, just like any other part of running a business.
Exactly. And the great thing is that even small changes can have a big impact on your conversion rates. By consistently tweaking and refining your UX, you can create an online shopping experience that delights your customers and encourage them to hit that buy now button.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I'm starting to see my Shopify store with fresh eyes. Any final words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
Just remember, building a successful Shopify store isn't just about having amazing products. It's about creating a holistic experience that guides your customers seamlessly from discovery to purchase. By focusing on building a strong sales funnel, truly understanding your ideal customer, and creating a user-friendly website, you'll be well on your way to achieving your e-commerce goals.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground on sales funnels and creating a smooth user experience.
Right.
I'm starting to feel like I have a much better handle on how to attract customers and guide them towards a purchase.
Yeah,
But what happens after that? I mean, how do we keep those customers coming back for more?
that's such a crucial question. It's easy to get so focused on that initial sale that we forget about what happens after someone clicks buy now.
Right.
But building a lasting relationship with your customers is essential for any successful Shopify business. Remember, acquiring new customers is almost always more expensive than retaining existing ones.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So how do we actually cultivate that kind of loyalty and keep those customers coming back for more?
Think of it like nurturing a plant. You wouldn't just water it once and expect it to thrive, right?
Right.
You need to provide consistent care, the right nutrients, and the optimal environment.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Give me some practical tips. What are some nutrients Shopify store owners can use to cultivate those lasting customer relationships?
Communication is key, but not just any communication. Don't bombard your customers with endless promotional emails. Instead, focus on providing valuable content that's relevant to their interests and needs.
Okay, so going back to our baby clothes example, maybe we could send them articles about baby milestones or tips for eco-friendly laundry care.
Exactly. Or how about sharing some cute DIY craft ideas using upcycled materials?
I like that.
You're demonstrating that you understand their needs beyond just selling them clothes. You're becoming a trusted resource in their parenting journey.
I see. It's about building a community, not just a customer list.
Right. And don't underestimate the power of personalization. Use their purchase history and browsing behavior to recommend products that might genuinely interest them. Offer exclusive deals tailored to their preferences.
So instead of sending a generic 10% off everything email, maybe offer a discount on organic sleep sacks since they previously bought a baby swaddle.
Now you're thinking. Little touches like that show you're paying attention and value their business. And don't forget those special occasions. Birthdays, anniversaries, even holidays are opportunities to send personalized messages and offer exclusive discounts, making them feel appreciated.
I love these tips. It really is about going that extra mile to make customers feel special and build those genuine connections.
And it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. A simple handwritten thank you note tucked into their order can make a huge impact.
Oh, yeah.
Those small human touches can really set you apart in the world of e-commerce.
I'm so glad we talked about this. It's easy to get caught up in all the technical aspects of running a Shopify store, but at the end of the day, it's all about building those relationships.
You nailed it. And speaking of relationships, we have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Growth Suite.
Yes.
They're all about helping you build stronger relationships with your customers through smart discount campaigns.
Right.
It's a fantastic tool for Shopify store owners looking to boost sales and cultivate customer loyalty.
Absolutely. Growth Suite is a game changer for anyone serious about scaling their Shopify business. Be sure to check them out on the Shopify App Store. And don't forget, this deep dive is powered by Growth Suite. Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your store, and you can test it for free on your Shopify store. Just land on the Shopify App Store now and try it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything today, from building high-converting sales funnels to creating a smooth user experience and nurturing those all-important customer relationships. It's been quite a deep dive.
It really has.
I feel like I've learned so much, and I'm excited to put all these insights into action. Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time for another insightful exploration of the e-commerce world.